Alrighty, so welcome. MacBean Guys Fitness. Going on my morning walk. Gonna take the shorter, boring path. Just because you never know when rain's gonna come popping back in. But we're looking at 70, 80 degree weather throughout the week. So it's time to start working on the garden as much as possible. I do have to let it dry out a little bit. My tomato plants I planted by seed are still alive, although I did leave them out in the sun one day too long. They're still trying to recover from that. And then my peppers I planted by seed are now springing up. So we'll see how those do. I got those 5 big plants, so I'm not worried about pepper production this year. Those plants will produce plenty. And I was able to keep them alive throughout the whole winter. So that was good. So, good weekend. My wife and I had a good time. Listened to live music yesterday, and we had dollar beers. Probably had a couple more beers than we usually would have had, but the price was right. Turned on the TV briefly today. All I can say is California. You all voted for them, people. It's not that Illinois is any better, but you voted for them. That's all I got to say. Oh God, how ridiculous this world gets sometimes. Go back to the basics. All right. Let the chaos stay in the big cities. I don't care. They can burn to the ground. You know, they're not going to sit there and prosecute the criminals. Don't freak out when somebody overreacts. All right, your leaders who you voted for created the situation. You know, everybody's got to sit there and protest. Everybody goes, oh, you know, I'm important now because I'm out there screaming my head off like an idiot. Go home. Start living your life. Stop living over somebody else's perceived anger. And stop voting for people that do not have your best interest at heart. Not that a lot of them do, but you keep on that straight ticket, well, then they know they can do whatever they want. California, New York, Chicago, perfect example of it. You know, people have just lost all sorts of common sense. You college kids, you gotta start questioning your professors. They are feeding you a line of garbage. And then you're out there screaming at people trying to tell you the truth. Because you didn't sit there and check the facts. When I say check the facts, you got to go 4 levels deep at least. Because the best lies start with some truth. And I've been catching that on a lot of these TikTok videos. You know, they'll say something that starts with the truth, and then they'll come out with some ridiculous conclusions. But if you don't go that 2nd or 3rd or 4th level, you can fall for it. The latest one had some out-of-shape professor. Exercise has never been proven to give you a healthy life. And that's a crock of shit. So he starts picking out examples. Jesse Owens died in his 60s. This person died in his 40s. This person. And then he finally goes into why they died. Yes, they were not getting enough of a mineral that was essential for their heart health. You know, had 2 doctors, cardiologists, didn't believe in taking multivitamins. They died because one of the minerals that are found in just about every multivitamin out there, they were deficient in. So what he should have said is, take your multivitamins. Now, I've had live streams on multivitamins, and I've had some ignorant trolls come on there and say, those are no good. You know, I'm thinking, wow, what an incredibly ignorant statement to make, especially online. And they think that they're safe. But, you know, somebody ever went after them, trust me, they can find out who you are. They can find your ISP address. They can find which phone it came off of, where were you at when it came out. You're not as safe as you think you are. So exercise will help you live a healthier life. Will you live to 100 because of it? No, a lot of genetics have a lot of things to do with it too. But while you are alive, you'll be healthier. Proper nutrition. And the reason they weren't taking the multivitamins is because they felt they could get everything from their food. Well, you do want to get as much as possible from your food. But today's food out there doesn't contain it. Most diets do not contain it, so you need a supplement. Now, does a multivitamin say it's okay for you to eat garbage? No, it's not. All right, you still got to do the proper nutrition. You still got to do the proper rest. Still got to do the proper exercise. You know, you got to get off your butt and go for a walk, even though, hey, I started out this morning with a cup of coffee and a big glass of milk. I played a little Fallout 4 for about 15 minutes. And I saved the game. I said, you know, went out, I mowed a couple sections of yard. So that's the only way you can keep up with it during the rainy season. And now I'm on my walk. And after my walk, I'll do my breakfast. Second breakfast. I'll probably live stream that. And after that, I'll go, it's not raining, I'll go through disc. You know, see if I learned anything from watching my last videos. And then I'll make lunch. And then if I can stay motivated, corn's starting to come up. I'll go to the gym. So, field corn's popping up already. There we go. So soon this will be, before you know it, it'll be knee high by the 4th of July. Measurement to let you know that it's going to mature. You want your field corn knee high by the 4th of July. It's already popping up now. It'll probably be knee high by mid-June. They were able to get their crops in a little bit sooner this year. A lot of times it's just too wet. And it keeps them out of there, but this year it's been a lot better. So, I'm just saying, anytime you see something out there and somebody's trying to come from a position of authority and they start out with a statement, and you Google the statement and you say, okay, well, that's true. Well, don't stop there. Go to at least 2 more levels. And you may find, and I do find a lot of the times, I had to sneeze. A lot of times their statement is false. So, like I said, the best lies start with the truth. And so do your own research. Research me. You know, I don't take my word as Bible. But anytime I do look at a subject, I research it. Because I want to make sure I'm giving you accurate information. So I think a multivitamin is a great supplement to add to a good meal plan. And then I do other minerals and heavier doses because I found it to help me in certain aspects. And your needs may be different. But I would encourage you, using the power of the internet in a positive way, do your own research. Casey Little Owl has got a channel, and she digs into this extremely well. So I would probably listen to her, and if anything, she'll get you curious to go and do your own research, because you need to. I take arginine for my heart health, and I've been taking it for 2 decades, and I think I'm considerably healthier than my siblings. So I'm a firm believer in it. Every time I go to the supplement stores, they try to move me onto something else. I'm like, no, I know what works for me. Now, I might want to take that in addition to, but I'm not going to take it in place of. Turmeric and Marginia is really helping me breathe. So I'm taking that. And then I did some research, and they said, well, black seed oil would be good. Well, I tried that. I didn't like the result. So, but maybe for somebody else, that would be the ticket. You never know. We're all different. A couple shout outs at our channels. Michael at the Body Beatdown. Appreciate your support. And appreciate your content. Yeah, we were covering influencers. That's what they call us, influencers. Well, you can be a positive influencer, or you can be a negative. Michael and I try to be a positive influencer. Try to tell you what you can accomplish through hard work. Overcome, disabilities. Continue on even though you may have bad knees or bad back or bad elbows or bad shoulders. Still doing something to keep yourself in shape. And I think we need more of the positive influencers. And if you're following negative ones, all that's going to do is make you angry. I stopped listening to some because they were just really trying to push anger. I don't need to be angry. Not out here. Why would I care what the hell's going on in New York or California or Chicago when I'm out here? I don't. I care what goes on here. I care what goes on with my family. I care what goes on with my friends. That's where I put my energy. So I'm not going to listen to some channel that's telling me I need to care about California. I don't. Sorry, I don't. You made your own world there. I don't care about New York. You made your own world. I don't care about Chicago. Same thing. You reap what you sow. In this case, you reap what you vote. And what they say is, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, folks, they've been fooling us constantly. On both sides. It's just a game. I understand. It's us against them. That's why they want to take your Second Amendment away. It had nothing to do with safety. If they were truly concerned about your safety, a bunch of those mass shooters would have been in jail before they had the opportunity. They were on their radar. They were arrested. They were definitely on their radar. Why didn't they do anything about it? It's called an agenda. Alright, don't necessarily have to be the one that pulls the trigger. This has to be the one that allows someone else to do it. And if you don't understand that's what they're doing, you just don't understand it. That Subway kid, arrested 42 times. 3 times was violence against women. Just still doing it on the street. Not that, you should have justifies what happened, but, you're riding the subway and you keep seeing the same villains coming back, and you realize you got to kind of take things in your own hand. And that's what he did. He overdo it probably. But you allowed it to happen. You see those videos, pushing women and elderly people onto the tracks. What the hell's wrong with you people? That's why I say you gotta be aware of your surroundings. You gotta have a 360 view. Don't get comfortable. Don't be walking in a city with earbuds in, jamming out, and you have no idea what's going on around you. Because those who prey will notice that. And prey as in P-R-E-Y, as in predator. They are looking for somebody who's not paying attention. They're looking for that potential victim. If you're alert, they tend not to do that. Yeah, I see another video where a young man comes in there and just grabs the hair of a middle-aged woman, makes her sit there, and everybody else sits there and watched. Why? They're afraid if they do something, they're the ones that are going to go to jail. Don't try that shit when I'm on the subway. It won't end up well. But then again, I avoid the areas. Try to stay away from those areas. But I understand I'm a big white guy. Someone's going to want to challenge me. I don't play by their rules. Number one, there should be no rules when you are trying to defend yourself. But the best way to avoid conflict is don't go there. I'm not going to spend my money in Chicago. I got a friend who's doing events up there. He wants me to come up and watch him. I said, man, I'd love to. Let me know when it's not in the city. Because I'm not going to spend my tax dollars there. I'm not going to put myself in a potentially bad area. Out here, I feel really safe. But you want to know something? I'm still prepared. So, for the weird thing, there was a car of people, evildoers, that stopped and wanted to mess with me. I have an app for that. So I'm always watching, even out here. Chances out here are slim to none. Chances in the city, depending on what part of the city you're in, increase exponentially. So, ladies and gentlemen, unless you live in Los Angeles, unless you live in New York City, unless you live in Detroit or Chicago or Baltimore, leave them on their own. They made their own bed. And you college kids screaming at speakers, grow up. Where do you thought? Where have we gotten the idea that screaming at people is tolerated? I don't understand it. I was raised different. Listen to what they had to say. If you disagree with it, you disagree with it. It's okay to have different opinions. Don't be a parrot. Parroting what these liberal communist professors say. They have never been out of the school system. They don't live in the real world. They think they're better than you. They are not. They're not smarter than you either. Anybody can read books. I don't need to go to college to learn something. I don't need to have a degree to know something. Wealth of information is out there. Just have to have the ability to read and comprehend it. You also need to have the ability to sit there and watch something and say, that sounds like BS. So let's go and pop in a few levels and see if it is. And surprise, surprise, surprise. Every time it's BS. Remember the flow chart. Does it sound like shit? Yes, it is. Remember, best lie, start with an opening statement that's true. Take it 2 or 3 levels, even 4. Find out the real truth. And remember, enjoy life. You're here once. Enjoy it. Spread happiness, not fear. Spread joy, not sorrow. Take care of yourself so you can sit there and enjoy activities. MacBean Scottish Fitness, wishing everybody a wonderful week.